So to compute for the net cash inflow, so what you need to do is to determine if there are any proceeds, especially on the sale, and then if there is a trade-in value, or if there is savings from avoidable repairs. So, mao man na siya apel sa imuhang inflows. So, cash inflows. So, for this problem, you have Acme is considering the sale of a machine with a book value of 160,000 and 3 years remaining useful life. Straight line depreciation of 50,000 is made annually. The machine has a current market value of 200,000, and what is the cash flow from selling the machine if the tax rate is 40%? Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is to determine what is our cash flow from the proceeds. So, asa man diri ang proceeds, so that is the value when you are going to sell the asset. So, you have, okay, for a while ha, imuga na ako ang ballpen. Okay, so first is you have your proceeds. So your proceeds refers to the amount that you're going to receive when you sell the asset. So here the proceeds would be 200,000. So mao man ni siya tong halin. So where can we get that amount, ma'am? That is our current market value. Next is you have to consider if there is gain or loss. So i-compare nimo ang proceeds and ang carrying amount. Okay? So if you compare the proceeds and the carrying amount, you will determine kung naa by gain or naa by loss, because the gain or loss has a tax implication. It's either you're going to add that or you're going to deduct. So let's get the proceeds. So the proceeds again here is 200,000. And then you have the carrying amount. So we need to compute for the carrying amount. So naa ba siya? Kinahanglan pa ba i-compute? So given naman siya here. Diba? Book value is the same with the carrying amounts. Equal na siya sa carrying amount. So no need to compute. Pero kung dili siya given, kinahanglan pa nimo siyang i-compute, remember? So kinahanglan pa ng compute ko nimo ang cost of cost and accumulated depreciation to get the carrying amount. So since the proceeds here is greater than the carrying amount, is a gain. And what is the treatment of the gain? So the tax on the gain, remember dili ang gain ang atong i-include but the tax on the gain will be computed and that will be adjusted in your proceeds. So since this is a gain, your tax would be a deduction. Okay, so you have tax on gain. Okay, so the tax on gain here is 160,000 and you get the tax rate that's 40%. So 160 times 40%, so that's sorry, dili siya 160. So our gain here, computo na to ang difference, dili siya 160. The difference between 200 and 160 is 40,000. Sorry, 40,000. So our gain here is 40,000. So 40,000 times 40%, so that's 16,000. And what is the effect if that is a gain? Ang tax kay i-add. So i-add ang tax, sorry, not i-add, i-minus ang tax. Okay? Again, if that is a gain, i-deduct ang tax. I-deduct sa proceeds. If it's a loss, you're going to add the tax. So this one, since it's a gain, so you're going to deduct. So that would be 184,000. Since wala man siya ma-mention og avoidable repairs or trade-in value, proceeds naman yung iyang gibutang diri. So this is our net cash inflow. Okay, 184,000. Next, question number 2. ABC company is deciding whether to purchase a new equipment costing 135,000 and replace an old one purchased 10 years ago. So what is the net cash investment? So recall what is the formula to get the cost of investment. So that is the difference between the net cash outflow minus the net cash inflow. So therefore, we need to get this one, these two items to get the answer for this problem. Okay, so first is you need to get the net cash outflow. Okay, net cash outflow. Okay, so what would be our net cash outflow here? So this would be our investment. Itong gasto, di ba? So ang atong gasto ani is 135,000. Then we need to get the net cash inflow. You will start with the proceeds. Pila man tong proceeds from sale. So pila man ang yang halin kung ibaligya ni mo na siya. So you have, that's 400, not 400. Here you have, it can be sold for 42,000. So you have 42,000. And determine if there's a gain or a loss. So balik ta, proceeds, i-compare ni mo sa carrying amount. Okay? So here, what is our proceeds? That's 42,000. Okay, and what is our carrying amount? Since the carrying amount is not given, so we need to compute for the carrying amount. So how do we compute the carrying amount? The carrying amount is equivalent to your cost minus your accumulated depreciation. What is the cost of our equipment? So 81,000 minus the accumulated depreciation. It was purchased 10 years ago and the remaining life is 6 years. So therefore, our total life here, 6 plus 10. Kay 10 years ago man daw siya napalit. And then ang 6 years man yung remaining life. So ang yung total life is 16 years. Okay? So, mo ni siya iyahang total life. So, the remaining man ni siya, remaining life kay 6 years. O niya, nagamit naman siya 10 years ago. So, therefore, ang total life niya kay 16 years. Okay? So, let's continue. So, you have, okay. So, kaning 42,000, this is on the proceeds kong mahalin. But this is not our salvage value. So, let's proceed. So, 81,000. So, how much is our annual depreciation here? So, pwede na po nato siya i-shortcut para makuha na dayon nato ang accumulated depreciation. So, remember, the total life is 16 years and ang accumulated depreciation nato would be equivalent to the total of the depreciation for the past 10 years. But if we want the shortcut nga way nga makuha na dayon nato ang carrying amount. So let's use first the long form. So to get the accumulated depreciation, so kanisya, to get the accumulated depreciation, so this would be the formula. So you multiply this, you multiply by the used nga years. Mo naman ni na used nga years, that's 10. So talong sa datog suwat. Okay. So, multiply by 10 years over 16. So, unsa maning 10, this is your used. Okay? So, this is to compute the accumulated depreciation. So, 81 times 10 over 16. So, 81 times 10 over 16, you have 50,625. Okay, so 50,625 is our accumulated depreciation. So this is the amount we're going to place here. So the answer would be 30,375. Okay, so that is our carrying amount, 30,375. Shortcut would be this one. So carrying amount is equivalent to 81,000 times pila man ang remaining life niya, that's 6 years, so times 6 over 16. Again, nga nung 16 man ni siya, this is your total life, kaya napalit siya 10 years ago niya, ang remaining life kay 6. So, ang total life yun sa asset is 16. So you have 81,000 times 6 over 16. So you will get 33,775. So that is our carrying amount. So you will still get the same answer, right? So parehas lagi hapon. So compare now your proceeds and the carrying amount. Your proceeds is greater than your carrying amount. So the difference here is 11,625. And since our proceeds is greater than our carrying amount, so there is a gain. So gain ang result. So this is a gain. So remember what is the effect if it is a gain? It is a deduction from the proceeds. Ang tax on the gain. So you have tax on gain. Okay, tax on gain. So that's the rate here is 30. So 30% of 11,625. So times 30%, you have 3,487.50. And remember, pag gain na siya, that is a deduction. Pag loss ang resulting, i-add siya sa proceeds. Okay? So you have the difference is 38,512. 38,512.50. So since there's no avoidable repairs, so mo na ni ato ang net cash inflow, you get the difference. You have 96,487.50. This is our net cash investment or net cost of investment. Anong parehas naman na sila ang net cash investment o net cost of investment? Kaya ang cost of investment nato involves cash inflows and cash outflows. So, cash investment gihapon ni siya. Okay, so this is our answer. Next, we have accounting rate of return. Okay, nawala yung number. So, accounting rate of return. So, remember what is our formula for the accounting rate of return. So, that's equivalent to accounting rate of return. Parehas din na sila, ma'am. Average accounting rate of return. So, parehas na sila. Okay? So, this is your accounting rate of return. So, that's equivalent to average annual net income over your initial or average investment or average investment. Okay? So, how do we get the average annual net income? Okay, annual net income. Okay, so you have here in year one is here, you have the net income of 2,000 for year 1, 4,000 for year 2, and 6,000 for year 3. Since we need the average net income, so we need to average the 3 years. So, i-add ni mo siya 2,000 plus 4,000 plus 6,000. So, that is, pila man 12,000 divided by 3 years. Kaya 3 man siya. So you have 4,000 every year. So this is our average annual net income. So this would be our numerator. Okay, so you have numerator is 4,000. So the denominator, it depends kung unsay you require sa problem. So ingon siya average accounting return. So pag moingon siya nga based on initial investment or based on average investment. But if the problem is silent, you can use the initial investment. So if we're using the initial investment, so based on initial investment, so 4,000 divided by our investment here is the 12,000 nga cost. So divide by 12,000. So that would be, pila man ni siya, 33.33%. So that's our accounting rate of return. If it is based on average investment, so our ARR here would be 4,000 divided by 12,000 divided by 2. Siling i-average nimo ang 12,000. So, mahimo siyang 4,000 divided by 12,000 divided by 2 is 6,000. So, that would be 4,000 divided by 6,000. So, that would be 66.67%. Pag i-average na nimo ang investment, ma-times 2 na siya adtong initial investment. 33.33 times 2. So, mahimo siyang 66.67. Okay, so that is the answer for 3, question number 3 ni siya. Next is, o kani siya, dapat question number 4 na ni siya. Okay, question number 4. So same question in the previous problem, compute the ARR but specify na nga based on initial investment. So again, this is average annual net income over initial investment. Okay? So remember how to use, how to determine the annual net income. So the given here is annual cash inflows. Walay given nga annual net income. So kung dili given siya, kinahanglan natong i-compute. So remember 'di ba, para makuha nimo ang cash inflows, 'di ba ang formula sa cash inflows kay mag-start siya sa net income, and then i-adjust nimo ang depreciation. Okay? So i-add nimo ang depreciation, and then you will get the net cash inflows. Since pabali ni siya, kinahanglan natong kuhaon ang ato ang net income. So balihon. So ang net income man ang gipangita diri, ang depreciation makompute man na nato, ang net cash inflow kay given. So given ang net cash inflow, so that is 10,000. Ang depreciation nato is ato man na siyang makompute. Okay, so depreciation here can be computed. So again, how do we compute the depreciation? That's cost minus salvage value. And then, ang answer ana, i-divide mo sa useful life. So, our cost here is, kanisya, 65,000. Wala man siya salvage value, so i-divide ayon mo sa useful life. Pero, 0 man yung salvage value. So the life is 20 years. So 65,000 divided by 20, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. So 65 divided by 20, so every year na ay 3,250 nga depreciation. So you have 3,250. Okay? So since kani siya kay i-add man diri, ya kani po di add, pero pag mo-work back ta, di ba, pasaka ta, di ba, balihon. So, instead nga i-add, imuhang i-deduct. So, 10,000, pasaka ta, nga i-add man siya sa normal nga computation. So, pag pasaka na ta, i-minus. So, bali, 10,000 minus 3,250. So, that is 6,750. So, let's check kung sakto ba. So, atong i-analyze, 6,750, kung adan ba siya og 3,250, mahimong ba siyang 10,000? So, yes. So, therefore, sakto ning 6,750. So, nanatay mabutang sa formula, 6,750. What is our initial investment? Kani siya, given man siya, so walay problema. So, 65,000. So, 6,750 divided by 65,000, that is 10.38%. So, what does this mean? Katong ARR, unsa may pasabutan na niya? This is how much you will get if you invest this in this kind of project. So, kung magpagawas kag kwarta nga worth 65,000 for a specific investment, ang makuha nimo every year coming from that investment would be 6,750. So, pa-measure nimo, unsa may mabalik nimo, di ba? Kung ikaw ang investor, you're interested to know, unsa may akong makuha, na ba ko yung makuha ani nga investment? So, if I invest 65,000, every year, I'm going to get 6,750 from my investment. And that is equivalent to 10.38% of my investment. So, depende na nimo kung okay na ba na nimo nga return or you want more. or kulangan pa kaana. Then, what if it is based on average? So, again, if it is average, so kanirang denominator ang change. So, you have average annual net income over average investment. So, just simply complete the formula. Kani siya, i-divide by 2 kay average man. So, 65,000 divided by 2 is 32,500. And then 6,750. So, 6,750 divided by 32,500. So, that's 20.77 if we round it off. So 20.77 or times 2 ani 10.38 times 2, that's 20.77 or 76 nga na. Kaya actually ang iyahang exact rate kay 20.769. So this is how you will get the ARR. So this is how much you will get in nominal amount. Mao ni mo makuha kung mo invest ka. Next is average. So question number 5 na ni. Accounting rate of return gihapon. Accounting rate of return. So you have net investment and you have the annual income. So again, compute the ARR. So that's equivalent to average annual net income over initial investment. Our average annual net income here is given, so there's no problem. So just copy 20,000 and divide by the initial investment, which is also given. Okay? So walay problema. So just get the amounts and substitute. So 20 divided by 120, that's 16.67. Okay. Wala ka ma'am, sa'yo na, raman na yun na. Okay, sa'yo na na siya pag given na ang problem. But here is the question, di ba? Toronto is considering an investment in Project A based on the following information. And remember na sila'y target. So, naa siya'y target nga ARR. Ang target niya kay 25%. So, from this project, and in Project A, your ARR, what you are going to get from this investment is 16.67. And our target ARR is 25,000. 25%, sorry. So, 25%. So, kalibang project, okay ba ni siya nga i-accept considering nga ang atong expected nga ARR should be 25%? So, unsa man tong decision rule regarding ARR, it should be greater, di ba? From your target ARR equal or greater than your target ARR. Kay kaning 25%, mo man gusto nimo unta nga makuha from your investment. And this is what you will get from this specific investment kaning project A. Project A. So kung 16.67% siya, wala siya kaabot sa imuhang target. So, wala na meet imo expectations or wala ma-meet ang gusto sa investors. So, will you push through with the project considering 16.67% yang ARR? So, the answer would be no. Kaya nga no, mas dako man ang target ARR, so reject. Kay gusto man nato nga it should be equal or greater than our target. Kani gamay ra siya kumpara sa gusto sa mga tag-iya or gusto sa management. So, mana siya nga reject the project. Dili ka mo padayon aning project A. So, this is how it would be used, di ba? It's for decision making. So, pag makakompute ka ani, so imuhang ma-check kung worth it ba ang project. Next is you have your payback period. So this one is for even cash flows. So pag even cash flows, wala kayo'y problema. Sayo na ni siya computon. So remember, our payback period computation is net cost of investment over the annual net cash inflows. So, unsa may makuha nato sa payback period? So, ma-determine nato what is the period of time for us to recover our investment. Ba? So, the shorter period would be the better because, again, based on my example previously, pag makuha na dayon nato ang atoang money, magamit na po nato siya balik sa atoang business. For example, sa 100 pesos kintahay nga load, 100 load nga puhunan, makaginan siya kintahay ka og 10 pesos. Okay? So, this is your profit. So, if 100 ra gyud imong money, mo ra gyud kaya nimong capital, so mao ni imong makuha from your investment. So, if it will take you 30 days before you can collect 110 pesos. Ang 110 man na siya, ma'am. Of course, katong 100 plus katong 10 pesos kay di ba ang selling price nimo ani sa imong load kay total selling price ani kay mahimo mang 110 kay profit man nimo kay 10 pesos. So if it will take you 30 days to collect the entire 110, so after 30 days pa ka makapamuhunan balik para makaginansya na sad ka og 10 pesos. So sa sud sa usa ka buwan, ang profit lang nimo is 10 pesos, di ba? Sa sud sa usa ka buwan. Whereas kung ang payback nimo sa imong load, kung ang payback nimo, ang collection nimo kay within 3 days ra. So silbing after 3 days you will collect na sa 110. So inig ka 3 days mapuhunan na po nimo balik ang imuhang 100. So ang 110 nimo mapalit na sad nimo load nga 100. So, after na pod another 3 days, plus 3 days na pod, okay? Na po kay another ginansya. So, sa first 3 days, ang ginansya nimo kay 10 pesos. Sa next 3 days, makakuha na sad ka og 10 pesos. Plus, another na pod nga 3 days, kay makolekta naman sa nimo balik, another 10 pesos. So, sa sa usa ka bulan, how many times man ka makaginansya? So, 30 days divided by 3 days. So, 10 times ka makaginansya og G's pesos. So, 10 pesos times 10 times, 10 times. So, you will get 100 nga profit sa sud sa usa ka bulan. Diba? So, that is why, mas nindot kong makuha dayon nato ang atoang uh, puhunan. Mabalik sa ato dayon ang puhunan. Kaya ang the remaining na nato nga uh, operations or remaining days sa atong operating cycle, puro na gyud na siya ginansya. Kay remember, ang ato ng original nga puhunan kay 100 and then the rest kaning 100 nato ginansya na gini siya, nabalik na nato ang 100 nga investment plus nakaginansya pa gyud tag 100 pesos. So that's why importante gyud nga dali ra ang recovery kay kung mas makadugay ang recovery daghan na sad kay pwedeng mahitabo. Press karon, di ba, na ay pandemic, wala ta kay bawo kung makakontinue pa ba ta sa business, pero ang ato ang puhunan wala pa di ay nato na kuha, wala pa na recover hangtod simba ko ma-close imong business, totally dili na gyud nimo makuha imong puhunan kung manirado ka. So mo na siya nga importante nga as soon as possible mabalik atong puhunan. So how to determine kung dali ra ba mabalik ang puhunan? So, you compute the payback period. So, the net cost of investment here is given. So, you have 120,000. And our cash inflows is given, so there's no problem. So, you have 50,000. So, the answer would be 2.4 years. Ngano years man siya, ma'am? Kay years man, annual man siya. Annual man yung cash inflow. So, every year. So, 2.4 years. So, it will take you 2.4 years before you can recover your investment. So, is this good? Okay ba siya? So, remember na given nga maximum period set by the firm is 3 years. So, this is your payback. 2.4 and this is your maximum payback. This is 3 years. Are you going to go with the project? Okay ba ni siya? Okay, so okay siya kay mas dako man ang maximum payback o nya lesser ang payback for this project. So, di ba, the shorter period, the better. So, accept the project. Okay? Okay siya, mas less than siya kaysa sa maximum payback. Pag mula pa siya sa maximum payback, dili siya nindot. Nga naman, dugay kayo siya ma-recover imuhang puhunan. So, ang giset man sa company kay 3 years dapat makuha na. Ano man ang may iset nga payback period man sad, ma'am? Of course, kung ikaw nga investor, gusto ka makuha dayon nimo ang imuhang puhunan, mabalik dayon nimong puhunan para the rest of the years kay ginansya na siya. Nya bas hindi ay kung gusto na niyang i-withdraw, he would like to withdraw the investment and invest na sad niya sa lain nga company. So makaginansya na pod siya by investing na pod in another investment opportunity. So mas mudaghan ang kwarta, pero kung dugay kayo na niya ma-recover, ang opportunity cost, di ba? Mutaas ang opportunity cost, and we know that opportunity cost is opportunity for gone. Dili siya nindot kung naatay opportunity nga mawa. And remember, this is finance, so ang opportunity cost can be translated into a monetary amount. So sayang, dili ta makapaginansya. So this is actually question, sa man ni siya? Question 6 din siya. Question number 6. Okay. Then we'll proceed with question number 7. Okay, this time this is uneven. Okay, so kung uneven, pwedeng i-follow ang structured nga format, pwede pod og i-follow tong tinamban nga format, so whichever is preferable. So both of the projects here are uneven cash flow. So say uneven, ma'am, dili pari-parihas ang cash flow kada tuig. So dili sila pari-parihas. So there are two projects. The maximum period set is 3 years. So let's evaluate which project would be better. So you have project X and you have the project Y. So first is you compare which one is better, and then kung kinsa mas better sa duha, i-compare nimo sa maximum payback period. Okay? So how do we determine the payback period if it is uneven? Imuhang computon gradually kung pilay cumulative nga cash flows, and you check if na-cover na ba sa cash flows ang investment. Here, the investment is kaning sa year 0. So, negative siya kay outflows of money man na siya. And kani positive kay inflows, di ba? Receipts na siya. So, let's check after year 1 na ay cash inflow nga 20,000. Na-cover na ba ang iyahang initial investment, iyang cost of investment? Na-cover na ba after year 1? Yes or no? Wala pa. So, dili pa. So, proceed na po ta sa year 2. I-add na po nato si year 1 o si year 2. So, as of year 2, naanay total nga 50,000. Na-cover na ba atong initial investment? Wala pa gihapon. So, since wala pa gihapon sa year 2, proceed na po ta sa year 3. So, i-add na po nimo kutob sa year 3. So, you have 40,000. So you have total of 90,000 na cover na ba ang ato ang initial investment? Wala pa gihapon. Pero duol-duol na kay 100,000 na tong gimit. So year 4 ada na sad nato og another 50,000. So you have total is 140,000 na cover na ba atong initial investment? Yes, na-cover na. Kay sobra na ang amount. So meaning, naasasod na ay in between year 3 and year 4 ang ato ang payback. But what is the exact payback period? So that's 3 years plus a fraction of the fourth year. So how do we determine the exact nga payback? So you have, kuhaon na to, pila na rin kuwang. Diba ang investment nato, cost of investment is um, 100,000. Pila naman ang accumulated cash flow? Accumulated cash flow as of year 3. So, ang accumulated cash flow kay 90,000. So, pila na lang may kuwang nga i-recover pa nato sa fourth year. So, ang kulang kay 10,000. And we will divide this one by the cash flow in year 4. Pila may cash flow sa year 4? 50,000. Okay, so 10,000 divided by 50 is 0.2. So therefore, what is our payback? So you have 3, kay kaniman itong full year, 3 years plus 0.2. So that is 3.2 years. Okay, so nga na. So pwede siyang alam-alamon. Next, sa project Y, kutob ra siya 3 years iyang cash flow nga given. So, let's check. Year 1, you have 50,000. Na-cover na ba ang iyang investment? Wala pa. So, add na po tag year 2. So, you have 90,000. Na-cover na ba ang investment? Wala pa. So, add na po tayo year 3. You have 10,000. Na-cover na ba ang investment? 100. So, exact. So, meaning, at the end yun exactly of year 3, ma-recover na ang investment. So, you have 3 years. So, between the two, which is preferable? Project X or Project Y? Project Y because it will have 3 years nga payback period. And you compare that with your maximum payback. Okay? Ang maximum payback na to kay 3 years. Okay ba ang Project Y? Yes, kay equals because at least equals or should be lesser. Okay? So therefore, ang preferable kay si Project Y. Okay, next is bailout. So this is question 8. And this is the last problem. So the difference between the bailout and the payback is that sa bailout, kinahanglan tang adjust for the salvage value every year. Okay, so let's try to plot the given. So you have the cost of investment kay 150,000. Ang annual cash earnings niya kay 50,000 for every year. So even ang cash flow. However, naamo siya salvage value, so mahimo siyang uneven gihapon kay lahi-lahi man ang salvage value. So, you have the annual cash inflows. So, sa year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So, same ra gihapon siya nga 50. So, kung wala pa ni siya salvage value, dali ron tani kuhaon ang iyahang payback pero bailout man ni siya magamit sa salvage value. So 50,000 every year. And then ay salvage value nga 70,000 sa first year. But it will decrease by 15,000 annually. So 70 sa year 1 minus 50 sa year 2. Ay 50, 15 minus 15 sa year 2 so that would be 55. And then, minus na po og another 15. So, mahimo na sad siyang 40. Minus na sad nato og 15. Mahimo na sad siyang 25. And then, minus na sad nato og 15. Mahimo na po siyang 10,000. Okay, so the one that I will be showing to you kay dili parehas atong lesson notes nga na siya format. So pwede ra gihapon nato gamiton tong naay tinamban nga style para dali maahuman. So i-compute na sad nimo pila may total nga cash flows or the accumulated cash flows. So year 1 is 50,000. I-consider nimo ang iyahang salvage value. So ang salvage value niya kay 70 man. So, 50 plus 70 is 120. Na-cover ba ang atong initial investment nga 150,000? Na-cover ba siya? Wala pa. So, nga nung mag-i-appeal man lang 70,000, ma'am? Kay di ba kung ibaligya nimo ang asset, mao man ni siya imong ma-receive. Salvage value nga 70. So, mahimo siyang cash inflow. So, muna siya nga, i-appeal siya sa computation. So, sa year 1, dili pa. Ano na po sa year 2, mag-start na po from the beginning. 50,000 and then i-add na to ning 50,000 na po diri, 50,000 sa year 2 and then i-add na po nato ning 55. Okay. Kana na silang tulo. Ma'am, wala lagi nimong gi-appeal ning 70 sa nag-una pero ngano kaning nag-una aning 50 imong gi-appeal. Dili na ni siya ilabot ang 70 kay nilabay naman na siya. As of year 2, wala na ning 70. Unsa na may gamiton 55 kay ikapila man dita mamaligya kas araman ta mamaligya. Di man ta every year mamaligya sa asset na to. Kay once mamaligya na siya as of year 1, wala na tay equipment or wala na tay investment sa year 2. So, ang gamiton nimo ang pinaka-latest nga salvage value. So, sa year 2 ato ang gamiton. X na tong mga nag-una. So, for example, kung maabot pa ta og year 3, wala na nilabot ning 70 o 55. Kanina ato ang gamiton. Or kung maabot ta sa year 5, wala na ning upat. Kani may gamiton. Okay? Pero adon nimo tanan nga cash inflow here. So 50 plus 50 plus 55 is 155. Na-cover na ba ang ato ang initial investment? Yes. So therefore, ang ato di ay bailout kay in between year 1 and year 2. So, fraction sa year 2. Kaya ano fraction man siya, ma'am, nga na-cover man siya in full. Fraction siya, kaya ang total man nga cash inflow sa year 2 kay 155 man. So, naaray, ang pila may naasa 150 adto. Asa man dapit sa tuig ang maka-reach na og 150,000. So, kaon na to ang iyahang exact bailout. Bailout period. So how do we get the bailout period? So you have, first is you get the fraction. So to get the fraction, so you have, start us from the very beginning. So you have your cost of investment, which is 150,000. And then you have the year 1 cash inflow nga 50,000. So ang balance na to kay 100,000. Ang unahon nimo og deduct ni ani is ang salvage value sa year 2. So ang salvage value sa year 2 kay 55,000. So ang sobra kay 45,000. Mao ni imuhang himuong denominator and you divide it with the cash inflow for year 2. Ang cash inflow for year 2 kay 50,000. So 45 divided by 50 is 0.9. So 90. So therefore our bailout period is 2. Sorry, delay 2. In between man sa year 1 o year 2. So you have 1 plus 0.9. Okay? So you have 1.9 years. Okay, so kung gusto pa dyan mo i-determine asa man nga bulan ma'am or how many days man na siya. So ang 0.90 multiply nimo sa 365 days para makakuha jud ka sa unsa man jud exact month or exact days sa tuig. So 365 times 0.90 is 328.5 days. So, hapit na mahuman ang tuig, di ba? Gamay na lang kuwang. So, pila na may kuwang ano niya, minus 365. Kulang na lang siya 36 days. So, mga naa sa 11th month na siya. Okay? 11th month of the year. Ma-recover na nimo ang 150,000. Okay?
If you like this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated with the latest video lessons. Thank you for watching.